Hey, hey, everyone. I'm Michelle G, matchmaker and relationship expert.
And I'm Carmelia Ray, also matchmaker and online dating expert.
And we're your
Spicy Matchmaker.
Cheers
Cheers.
to that.
Yes.
Welcome to another episode of Spicy Love.
This is the show where we get to spend the next hour of matchmaking and also introducing you to new singles. And on this episode, we have the Bachelorette edition. So we have in our backstage 4 amazing women that you're about to meet. So, by the way, Michelle, I noticed you're in a different background. Where are you?
Yes. Okay. So, number one, today is my first day that I've been able to head back to the office. So, I'm actually at one of our satellite locations. So, I'm super excited. I got to actually dress up and, go out into the real world. So, it's been nice, practicing social distancing. I have my mask, making sure that I'm following all the guidelines. So this is the background of our office. So, I'm so excited. How's your week been?
Oh my God, it's been amazing. And I'm playing with my hair because I actually last week got to see my hair and makeup artist. Shout out to Mayo Beauty. And she did my hair before COVID. The one luxury that I gave myself, there are a couple, but the one I usually always did is I got my hair blown out once a week. So to have my hair done by her and my makeup, because I was shooting some video, this literally is 1 week of like decent hair. So I still have the curl, but now it's like I'm seeing her tomorrow.
Okay.
Because things are a little bit, opening up. And today I actually met at a likely new client's home. Okay. And so we social distance. She made space so that we were 2 meters apart. I'm sure she sanitized the heck out of the place when I left, but I tried not to touch very many things. What was really encouraging and what really brought me happiness is being able to see people in person. And nothing beats that personal connection. Although as matchmakers, we started this show during the pandemic because we're not going to let a global pandemic stop us from helping people connect.
Yes.
But so nice to be able to, see someone. So that was so great.
It was funny because I walked into the office and we have a new person who's manning the front desk. Yes. And I wanted to naturally, shake their hand. And they were like, can you just fist pump? And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Because I'm like, oops.
Well, I'm surprised they even allowed you to touch knuckles because you can't even, right? And it's funny how we're getting closer, but I see a light at the end of the tunnel. We are starting to see some things open up, which is so great. So that's what's going on. I think we have some people that are saying hello. Hello, everyone. Thank you for fans of our show, for supporting us. And I know why you're here. You're here to meet our spicy singles. So
this week, they are definitely spicy. They're all bachelorettes, accomplished, beautiful, amazing women. So I'm super excited for you guys to meet them. But before you meet them, I have to say something. Carm, a week hair looks perfect on you. I actually washed my hair this morning and it's frizzy as can be because it is so hot here in Florida. It's okay, guys. I know if you guys are watching somewhere else, you're like, hey, it's cold where I'm at. How can you be complaining? Listen, we always want something that someone else doesn't have. And honestly, this makes my hair frizz. So
I'm someone to curl my hair because it's pretty bone straight. She's getting upset because her hair is frizzy. Like, I don't feel like
you don't feel what else bad for me at all.
No, I don't feel bad for you. You don't feel bad for me. And I don't feel bad for the audience because we're about to have a great show.
Yes, we are.
To that point, I want to introduce our very first. Before that, if you are following us on Instagram, if you're following us on socials and Facebook, please hashtag Spicy Love Web Show so that you'll be able to see all of the singles that we've had so far. This is episode 6 of our show, and we probably have had featured over 25 singles since We've got 3 more shows to go. Spicy Singles, hashtag that. You'll be able to see who we've had on our show, both the covered and then revealed. So that's what we do. We want to focus first on what matters, which is the layers underneath the physicality, right? Yeah. What matters to them, not their looks, but what they bring to the table and what they're looking for,
right? Who they are, what are they into, what are their challenges, what are their passions. So why don't we kick it off and start introducing our first bachelor? I know everyone watching is like, okay, guys, I love you, but I want to see the.
I know. Hurry up. Okay. So the first bachelorette is someone that I happen to know personally. She is 39. She lives in Toronto. However, she's open to, meeting outside of the area. She's actually an actor and filmmaker, so we can ask her about that. One line about her: she's fun-loving, passionate, strong, and way more down to earth. She's tall, stands at 5'10", with black hair and beautiful brown eyes. Let's hear about what she's looking for. Her ideal match is an alpha male with a kind heart who's driven by success. Sounds like a great guy. And match for our wonderful bachelorette. Let's see, where is she here? All righty. Hello, bachelorette number 1. Before you start, you can now share with our live audience your real name, where you're from, and a spicy fun fact about yourself.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Hi.
Hey. Listen to that sexy voice.
My name is Dominique, and I live in Toronto, Ontario, in Canada. And a spicy fact about me is that I can actually say hello and thank you in 10 languages.
Oh, that is great. Yeah. Okay. So I have to ask a question. Is it because you've been to each of those countries that you learned to say, did you say hello and goodbye? Is that right?
Yeah. Hello. No, hello and thank you.
Hello and thank you. Okay. So what's the story behind that?
Yeah.
Because every time I meet someone from a different culture, I'm really intrigued. I just, ask them to teach me a couple of words in their language. And right now it's kind of like capped at 10. I don't think I can learn and remember, but I'm always like, I love languages and I speak more than one language. So yes, every time
I love that. Well, who's here is ready for a language lesson? Because I absolutely want something new. I'm Filipino. So did you learn how to say it in Tagalog?
No, you can teach me. Oh my gosh.
Well, the Filipino language and Filipino culture, because we were taken over by Spaniards way back when. Hey, Michelle, just rub that in there. It does have a lot of roots from Spanish language. So to say hello is "Kumusta ka?" That's like kind of the salutation for "How are you?"
Yeah,
"Kumusta ka?"
Kumusta ka?
"Kumusta ka?" Perfect. And to say thank you, salamat.
Salamat.
You're so great. Salamat. Okay, there you go. So
wait, I want to hear what are the 10 languages really quick? What are the 10 languages?
So basically French, English, Spanish, Creole, Italian, Portuguese, Sri Lankan, Greek. I've got Japanese and Korean. Like kamsahamnida.
I want to hear Korean. Can you do Korean?
Yeah, kamsahamnida, annyeonghaseyo, annyeong.
Wow. That's great. I love when you always say something in someone's language and then they'll follow up in a complete paragraph. And you're like, all I can do is say hello. That's the most of the skills that I have, right? So that's amazing. That's amazing. All right. So that's Team Dominique, my friend. You want to hear about or meet Spicy Dominique, you want to hashtag Team Dominique and post a question either to her or to our next lovely bachelorette, which Michelle, you can take it away.
All right. So thank you so much, Dominique. Pleasure to meet you. All right. Our second bachelorette. So our second bachelorette is 36 years old. She is from Dallas, Texas, and she is a registered nurse. Thank you so much for her being out there in the front lines, right? And taking care of us during this time. A little bit about her. So something you should know is that she is a confident, fun, loving girl that loves to enjoy life. She's Caucasian, stands tall at 5 feet 10 inches with beautiful green eyes. She is looking for a gentleman who likes to try new things and is looking for that person to do life with, to experience life with. Something that you should know about her is that she's really extroverted. So she loves being around a big crowd of people and is very witty. So she has that witty humor, if you will. And she always loves trying new things and going to new places. So let's go ahead and welcome Bachelorette number 2. Bachelorette number 2, please tell us your name, city, and a spicy fun fact about you. Ooh, Bachelorette number 2, we can't hear you. I think you're on mute. There she is.
So sorry. I'm Tiffany. I'm from Dallas, Texas. And a fun fact is, although I'm a registered nurse and a lot of people look forward to just having scrubs to wear and don't have to think about outfits, I'm super into style, fashion, and I'm always known as the girl with the hat. I have over 20 hats.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Wow. So, is there like the same kind of hats or different kind of hats?
I really like the fedora style. I have floppy hats, fedoras, just kind of, it depends on the season, I guess I should say, as to which hat that I wear. But that, I always had a few hats. And then over the last 2 years, I've kind of adapted, and I'm like, okay, everybody knows me as the girl with the hat on. People will say, "Where's your hat today?" When I don't have one. Oh my
goodness, I love that. So, clearly, when you're at the hospital, or do you work in a clinic setting or hospital setting?
Actually, I teach nursing school now.
Oh, okay. Do they allow you to? Are you allowed to wear a hat as an accessory when you're at work? Do they allow that?
There's been a few times we've had a meeting during break, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm out of dress code. I'm wearing my hat today. But of course, when the students are there, of course, I can't do that. But right. Yeah.
Is it true? Like, I've seen uniforms. Did nurses in the past used to wear hats?
Yes, that's so funny.
Yeah, right. I feel like there's some outfits where
like
nurses
World War II or something.
Yeah. So when nurses graduate, it's called pinning. It's a pinning ceremony, PIN, pinning. And we wear the hats. Or at my college, we wore the hats when we graduated. So I have one of those too, and I forgot. So make it 22.
Oh, there you go.
So being in the line of work that you're in, Tiffany, tell us, how is it that you deal with stress?
You know, I'm somebody that just really likes to be with my friends. Although, you know, sometimes I want to be out with a bunch of people. And I have to admit, quarantine, I was like, oh my gosh, how is an extrovert going to deal with that?
Right.
Mostly just spending time with people, you know, whether that be one friend or 10 friends. I love to do karaoke. Those are kind of stress relievers for me. Right now, we've done Zoom call karaoke.
Oh, I love that. So how do you do you pick the songs? Is there a Zoom karaoke like place to go, or do you just is there an app for that?
So there's an app called Yoke, YOKE, and we've downloaded that and pick our songs. Now you could just do it through YouTube and, you know, have people online, but yeah, so we've done that because there's a group of us that really like to, you know, kind of have that crowd that go to different places. And so we're like, what are we going to do now? So we figured out how to do that. But basically, I would say just having a good time. You know, nursing is a very serious profession. I tell my students, you know, I have fun outside of work, but when I come to work, this is business. You know, we're professional. But outside of there, my thing is just really, you know, to just be a fun person and kind of unplug, like you said, and find other things to do to expel that energy.
Awesome.
That is amazing. Thank
you for sharing. And we'll be back to tune in with Bachelorette 1 and number 2. But Carm, let's talk to Bachelorette number 3. Let's find out what she's all about.
All righty. Well, Bachelorette number 3 is 40. She comes from the West Coast, Seattle. She's a strategic business partner. She's super outgoing. She's ambitious with a heart of service. Now she's focused on living life to the fullest. She's Caucasian, 5'2", with brown eyes, and her ideal match is someone looking for someone who can keep up with her, intellectually keep up laughing, and be as driven as she is. So all of these women are looking for this ambitious, driven guy or partner, just in the same way that they're bringing that to the table. So let's welcome Bachelorette number 3. Bachelorette number 3, please tell our live audience your name, where you're from, and a spicy fun fact about yourself.
Hi there, this is Jeanette, and I'm just a little bit south of Seattle, but grew up in this area, and I would say my spicy fact, hopefully that's not me doing that, but my spicy fact is that last year I dedicated my heart of service to a little over 250 hours of volunteer time.
Oh, wow.
That's great.
I have a lot of different passions in volunteer. So I do volunteer time with foster kids. I do volunteer time with some professional societies and helping people get into the same line of business that I'm in, and then volunteering at local schools.
That's amazing.
Awesome. Is there a favorite volunteer charity or program that you like over all the other ones?
Anything to do with kids, really. I kind of feel like kids and kids don't get enough time. Like the kids who are underprivileged and underserved don't have someone who's rooting for them or cheering them on to get them into the right route, to get them out of the wrong path.
Yeah, right.
So that's always always what I'm focusing on. I was always looking for volunteer opportunities that help kids with that. So
that is amazing. Thank you for sharing that. And thank you for volunteering your time to be able to educate and inspire our youth, our generation, the people who are going to make the decisions for tomorrow. That's so great. So I'm curious to know, what is the best advice that anyone has ever given you, especially since you're a mentor for younger kids? What is advice that you pass on, that you impart to other young people that you've received and was like, wow, for you?
So I think, the best advice I ever heard was from a business mentor that said, you should always look at the table of people that are sitting around you, whether it's a business table or it is your social circle. And if everybody looks like you, you're at the wrong table. You should aspire with people you aspire to be like. And people who have different points of view, because if you have somebody who sits with you that says, yeah, you're right, you've got the right opinion, then you're at the wrong table. They should want to ask you to extend the way that you think, to say, hey, that's a different opinion, that's a different way of thinking, and ask you to broaden your point of view. You shouldn't stay in one narrow thought process.
Very smart advice.
A similar type of advice that I was given is you should strive not to be the smartest one in the room. Right? Unless you're in a position of mentorship and you are actually mentoring or mind sharing and you are the expert speaking to people. But yes, anytime that you can sit with similar type of concepts, sit with people that can contribute to you in a different way. But I really resonate with that advice. So that's some great advice.
It is.
Thanks for sharing. Welcome back to you, Madame. But let's meet our last and final beautiful single that we have coming up. Carm. Oh, wait. Should I?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
So our beautiful Bachelorette number 4. What do I want to tell you about Bachelorette number 4? Let me just tell you that the image that we were using, it's so fun, which is such a great, it's such a great vibe, and you can really get a sense for her. So she is 37, lives in Toronto. She's a performer, producer, creator, and gamer. Hello. How often do we have no women that are gamers? That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So one line about her is, she's a femme in the streets and a butch in the bleep sheet. Shenanigans specialist. She's Caucasian, stands tall at 5'6" with her beautiful blue eyes. Who is she looking for? Now, this guy that she's looking for has to be creative, passionate, intelligent, and kind, and must love shenanigans. I'm going to add that on there too, because you got to have shenanigans with shenanigans.
Yeah.
What you should know about her is that she's in her mid 30s, a creator, producer, and performing artist. She lives for connection, excitement, and passion, and big city living. Me too, girl. I'm looking for a person who is keen to seek adventure and share experiences. And on that note, Bachelorette number 4, let's bring you on. Hello there.
Oh, hi. How's it going?
Good. Your name, your city, and a fun, spicy fact about you.
Wonderful. My name is Stella, and I am proud to call Toronto my home. Hello to my fellow 6 liver up in here. Dominique.
Right. We got 3 6 livers up in here.
What up? So I guess spicy fact about me is that I'm a performer. Not only that, I do burlesque. And my tag name in burlesque is Bendy Buxom Blonde.
Wait, one more time?
Bendy Buxom Blonde.
Wow, the triple B. The triple B threat. My goodness. First of all, Buxom, Bendy, you had me at Bendy, girl. You had me at Bendy.
I get that.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Now, did your dance, I also saw something about the art of movement or dance movement. Am I correct to say, now, I don't know if I need to be highly intelligent to assume that bendy means that you have flexibility, or is there another meaning to the bendy word?
No, that's correct. I grew up doing ballet, and now that I do burlesque and theater work and dance, I focus on that a lot, and I also am inspired a lot by can-can dancing, which people, I don't know if everyone knows, but it's the, high kicking with the big skirt, sticking your legs in the air, doing the splits. That's sort of, so that's sort of my bag, yeah.
So can I learn that? Is there like a class for middle-aged women to go to do this thing?
Sure, heck yeah, I teach classes.
There's a class for everything.
Woo! All right, I'm doing a can-can dance, and I'm buying that too. I'm telling you that right.
Post it on IG. You hear this, audience? We're going to hold Carmelia to this.
Yeah,
no problem.
Can-can class. I love it.
My class. All right, single ladies, we're doing a can-can class. That's what's happening out of this. All right, so what inspires you when you are in a creative rut? How do you get inspiration?
I think definitely I'm very lucky to surround myself with really amazing people. I very much work in the queer community in Toronto, and there's so many, especially queer people, artistic people in this city that really just like work so hard and make so much amazing art and really live their truth. And I think like reaching out to my community and my friends when I'm in a bad place, they've always got a story to tell or a dance to dance or a song to sing. And that really inspires me, especially right now, to keep going.
So Stella, I didn't even ask, do you identify as queer yourself? What's your partner? What are you looking for in a partner? Or are you bi or straight?
I identify as pansexual, so I don't necessarily like or dislike people based on their gender. I like people based on who they are.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
You really do get to know the person. You're not really looking at the physicality. I mean, there is that component, but you're really getting to like the inside of that person. That's amazing.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, babes are babes. It doesn't matter if they're male, female, or other. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's going to lead into our segue of true or false. True or false? Are boobs babes? Yeah. Oh, no, wait. We forgot the most important thing.
Exactly.
Hello. What's going on?
I think
it's been a while. You know what? I've been off of alcohol, and so my wine is having me like skip step. So my apologies.
No
we
worries.
need to see these beautiful faces.
Yes, we want to, before we get into true or false, we want to see these beautiful ladies. So let's go ahead and kick it off with number one, Bachelorette number one. Let's go ahead and see who's behind that screen. Can you go ahead and turn your camera on?
Oh, girl. Hi, Dominique. Toronto's in the house. All right.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Bachelorette number two. Let's see what you got going on. Hey,
Texas in the house.
And the hat. I love it. Now that's not an actual fedora. That seems cowboy inspired, right?
It kind of is, yeah, but it's more, I'm from Louisiana, so I don't really do I do have a couple of cowboy boots just because, I'm in Texas, but I am from Louisiana. So yeah.
Got it. Love the hat.
Thank you.
Bachelorette number three. Let's see.
Number three.
Annette, hi.
How are you?
Good.
All right. And last but not least, Bachelorette number 4, aka Triple B. Let's see what we're working with, girl.
Drum roll. Reveal yourself now.
There she is.
Hey. Is that, do you have like a burlesque thing underneath all of that, or?
I always do.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to keep this PG, but I want to see that later. All righty. We are
maybe.
We are now about to head into a fun part of our segment, which is called True or False. Okay. So, ladies, we're going to share some facts that you are going to indicate either you believe it to be true or you believe it to be false. All right. So you just indicate whether you think this fact is true or false. Now, we might share a stat. It's an accurate stat, or it could be higher or lower. So let's get into it and test your knowledge of dating 101. Okay.
All right, ladies, you ready?
All right.
Here we go. Number one.
15%. True or false? 15% of singles aged 18 to 29 are using Tinder. What do you guys think? Okay, so we've got 1 true and 3 falses. Jeanette, you're right. Jeanette's correct. It's 15%.
Wow.
Do you know that the highest population user of Tinder users is actually from 29 to 35? Really? It's like just shy of where you ladies are at. So the higher you'd think it's higher Gen Z. All right, next question. The age group. Go ahead.
The age group of 30 to 44 is the biggest age group using Tinder compared to singles under 29. True or false?
Hold on.
Jeanette's like, hold on. I'll say it one more time for you. The age group 30 to 44 is the biggest age group using Tinder compared to singles under 29. True or false?
I realize I gave that answer.
Yeah, I was like,
I just said it. All right. Terrible. Terrible.
That was a tricky, ladies.
Yes. Go ahead, Michelle. Let's do this one.
All right. So, ladies, 40% of single men behave differently because of the Me Too movement. True or false? We got true from Dominique, true from Tiffany, true from Jeanette, and true from
all truths. Guess what, lady? The only reason why it's false is because it's a higher percentage. It's 51% of men.
Oh.
So more than 50% of guys behave differently. So sometimes if they don't take the lead, it's because of Me Too.
Yep.
They're just afraid to pull the trigger. Yes. All righty. 75% of men are cool with a woman saying hi on a dating app, yet only 19% of women often take the lead. Do you think this is a true stat? All right. Stella's thinking.
Mm-hmm. She's like, oh, Stella did false.
Oh, okay. Let me ask Stella. What don't you believe about this stat? What are you questioning?
I don't like only 19% of women often take the lead. That seems so low to me. That
You're a
seems
lead.
sad.
You're a lead taker, right?
I mean, you gotta go for what you want.
Dancer and a
Women do
burlesque.
First of all, this is a sad stat, and it is true.
Yes.
So,
Unfortunately,
ladies, you guys have to take a lot more initiative, and I got to tell you, men love that.
yeah,
Men
they do.
actually really love it when you take initiative. So don't be shy. Hit that like button and slide into that DM because they do like it. All right.
That's right.
They do absolutely like it. Next, 1/4 of young singles have stopped dating someone who didn't want to label their relationship.
Ooh, is it a true or is it a false, ladies? Do. Oh, I kind of saw Dominique like, wait, where am I going? Where am I going with this?
Hey, Jeanette, commit to an answer, my friend. She's like this. There is no such thing as a middle ground. All right. It is actually false. So Dominique, and
It's actually 1/3.
Yes, a third.
Yes.
A third of young women. Okay,
Young
so that's
singles.
still a large number of women. If you don't want to label your relationship, they're about to bounce.
Yeah,
So they want you to put a label on it. Okay, that's it. Put a label on it.
Not put a ring, put a label on it.
Exactly. Put a label on it.
All right, ladies. 25% of straight single men have been asked to send a dick pic. Holy crap, Jeanette's already on a no-go. She says no, true or false. Ooh, I got 3 no's. Dominique's, she's here. She's like,
Okay, so let's talk to the ladies on the nose. Tell me what stat you think it is. Do you think it's higher or lower? Oh. She's like, I never asked to see a dick pic.
I never asked for that, and it always gets.
Stella, you've never asked for a dick pic?
No, never just a dick pic. Like you can send.
Show me the whole body.
Yeah, you can send sexy pictures, like whatever. But just a dick, I'm just saying, nah.
just
Okay,
alone,
so-
that's not beautiful is what you're saying.
Okay, so Tiffany, why do you think that that's not an accurate
By
stat?
the way, my friend and I had this conversation yesterday. Now,
All right.
we don't do that. I would say maybe like 8%. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
You know
no,
what's
I don't.
surprising?
I'm not into that.
Okay, this is the only reason why this is false is because 31% have been asked to have sent a
No.
dick pic.
Look at Dominique.
That's
Dominique.
interesting. Okay,
What?
19% of women won't ask out guys, but they'll ask for a dick pic.
That makes
What
no
What
sense.
is wrong with this?
What's going on?
What age group?
Okay, it doesn't matter. It's just
I
a
feel like it's
8%.
So there you have it. Those were the stats. Give yourself a round of applause.
Good job.
I don't
ladies.
know if you won or lost that segment.
Hey, but
But we all learned something new. We
I
all
will
learned
say that,
something.
and I'll say, Jeanette, your dating knowledge, you're kind of on there.
Too much.
Yeah. I think you need to be a dating coach. You got to consider that option.
Yeah, right.
All
So
right.
for all of you watching, this is your time to ask any of our single, beautiful ladies here any specific or general questions. Go ahead and pop them in the comments, and we'll go ahead and start asking our single, beautiful ladies these questions. But in the meantime, why don't we move over to the next segment, which is fiery topics. And let me tell you, today's topic is definitely fiery.
Yes, we chose a topic that's quite controversial because we'll get to see the variety of opinions.
Yes,
I'll share my own, and Michelle, maybe it's helpful if you participate also.
of course.
So, do you ladies know what micro cheating is, or would any of you like to take a stab at micro cheating? What do you think it could be? Who would like to guess? All right, Stella, what do you think micro cheating is?
Well, I imagine, not that I subscribe to this, that it's people, I don't know, if you're in like a straight relationship, the like woman having like intimate conversations with another man that your maybe partner doesn't know about. That could be considered, I guess, micro cheating.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you shared an example. So micro cheating, we all have different definitions. I think it's any action or behavior, any action or behavior that you do
requires an emotional connection. Like,
well, I think it's more than just that, whether it's a physical touch or just an action or behavior that you do behind your partner's back that they would be upset about, right? That they would be upset about. And it depends on your partner because some people's tolerance is higher. So we thought we'd put together just for our own reference, and for everyone to kind of figure out what is the line between micro cheating, what's acceptable and not. So would you consider the following items micro cheating? And by the way, audience, if you're watching, we'd love to hear from you. Please participate. You can certainly participate in this. So here's a scenario. Oops, that's not it.
So let me go ahead and kick it off.
I don't see it here. Okay, go ahead.
They're on the, we have it on the show notes.
Okay, got you. Got it. Go ahead.
All right. So I'm going to go just give you the first three the first one, actually. Number one, having burner accounts that your partner doesn't know about. Would you consider this micro cheating or not?
First of all, a burner account is a social media account or a secondary phone, or just usually a social media account that you're not aware of.
I say yes. I mean, in my opinion, whenever you're doing something in secretive, I mean, that's there's no good intentions there. I mean, why are you doing things that they wouldn't know about in the first place? That whether or not they've crossed the line, their intentions weren't good when they did it. That's how
okay. Is it unanimous that might be a micro cheat, ladies?
I got Stella kind of on here. She's on the maybe fence. Stella, share your perspective with us. And I got Dominique who kind of. All right, two perspectives. Let's hear opposing views. Stella, kick it off.
I mean, I think it's like every relationship is different, right? Maybe it depends what you've established with your partner, in my opinion. Like saying, hey, I have this other like online life when you start a relationship, and your partner being okay with that, and you establish sort of what that means, that's okay. If you're lying about it and you're going behind their back and you've established other rules, then that's cheating. It's really, I look at relationships as a thing that you need to communicate and know like the expectations going in.
Okay.
Awesome. Very good. Dominique.
I would say that it kind of depends on the intention of those burner accounts. Like, I'm not sure that if the intention is to cheat, or I would, like, it really depends on the situation. I'm kind of like open on that, but anything that you hide from your partner is no bueno for me.
Got it. Yeah, that's good. My opinion on that too is, let's say in real life scenario, I was dating somebody and I didn't realize he was into like comic stuff, right? And so I realized he had another account where it was like all his comic stuff. Comic book stuff, Stella's like, yeah, like gamers or whatever. And I'm like, that's weird that you didn't like, but it was something that I guess he didn't realize. Well, I didn't think you cared that I'd have that kind of account. So that would be a situation that's like, not sure.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same page. Like my husband, I'm married. So my husband and I, we kind of, I have my own separate accounts of Gmail and stuff that I had before I met him, and I use them for my shopping or doing whatever. So I really am just kind of, depending what they use that account. I'm on the same train of thought with Dominique. Like, why are you using that account for?
All right.
Let's see what the second one is.
Yes. How about when a partner stays in connection with an ex and you don't know about it?
Oh, and you don't know.
We got Jeanette going, nope, no, that's not cool. And not everybody shares the same opinion, right? So what do you guys think about staying in connection with an ex?
So I think it all goes back to intention there, because my best friend is an ex. But
okay.
There's nothing between us.
Right.
But also someone once said the reason that you sometimes make the best friends with exes is because you had such a good connection with them. It just didn't work out. And as long as you have really good intentions and you're really upfront and say, this is what this is, and you're really upfront about it, you just have to be really upfront about it.
I have a follow-on question for that. What happens if it's a deal breaker for someone you're dating?
I can't give up that best friend. I can modify what that friendship looks like, but I can't give him up. Like, he's been there for me through like the worst parts of my life. If someone told you, as an example, and this isn't at all what he's been there for me through, if someone said to you, hey, I had a best friend who was there when I went through cancer, and you have a significant other who's like, yeah, I don't want him in your life anymore because you had sex with him once.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
I'm glad you're good on that. That's I just wanted to ask because I know that sometimes can be a problem in future relationships. Ladies, who else has something? Thanks for sharing, Jeanette.
I think transparency. So either of these, the problem I have with both of the situations you brought up is that they're secretive. And you said an ex that they're friends with that you don't know about. I'm a super honest, super transparent person, and I really want the same because I don't think relationships work when they're secrets. And like she was saying, as far as what's agreed upon, that's where those things should come out, is in the beginning, where you guys are agreeing to what your standards are, where you fall on things. But my whole issue with both of these things that you said is that the person doesn't know about them.
Yeah, sure.
Gotcha.
Here's one that I'd love to chat about. What about if you're just at a club and you're dancing with somebody and having a great time? Is that micro cheating?
It depends. It really depends how you're dancing and what your intention. Because I mean, let's say if you go salsa dancing, everybody dances with everybody, right?
Okay.
If you dance Kizomba, which is also kind of like similar, it's just a very sensual dance, but there's no intention. Like everybody's partnered up with different people, and it's just dance. And a lot of different culture kind of like embrace that you're able to dance with different partners, and it doesn't mean
like in the Caribbean culture, if you're at Carabana, you can wine with somebody, and it's like that's not a big deal. However, there are some people that do have boundaries against that, right? So I guess it really just depends. Would your partner be upset knowing that you're dancing with somebody, right? And do you dance? Does it matter if you're dancing with an 85-year-old man or 95-year-old woman, or somebody that you're attracted to, right? Like, do you play with fire that way? So I think that's where it can become sticky in terms of like the dancing part.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious to bring another one up, which in the world that we live in today, especially social media, right? Social media, it's so easy to stalk an ex. It's so easy to like, I see a couple of eyebrows raising. So, hey, I'm sure we've all done it. Yeah. Right? So I guess I'm curious to know, what if your partner or someone you're seeing is starting to like a bunch of photos of their ex? Would you consider that micro cheating?
I'm not even going to say ex, just a random person. Like, let's just say
another hot, beautiful woman.
And you see all of a sudden you're seeing they're following other women. You don't know them. They don't know them. They're following and liking and commenting on another woman's profile. What do you guys think? I'd love to hear from each of you.
I would ask why. Like, I'm not a jealous person at all. And so I tend to accept whatever answer comes out after the why. Like if they say, oh, well, like I don't know, I'm doing like too many TikTok videos right now, but there's a lot of really good TikTok videos that are happening right now, and there's a lot of really beautiful women on there who are doing a lot of really creative things on TikTok, and it's really easy to get jealous and say, oh my gosh, they like their body type better than mine. And I tend not to believe that. I tend to believe the person who's with me is with me for me. And if you say, oh, I just really like the way that video was done, great.
Okay. So you almost your take on it is, hey, if she's got a hot body or she's working out or the content she's producing is making them laugh, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
You're with me anyway. So okay, that's cool. It is a hot topic. It is a fiery topic, I have to say.
Yeah. Dominique?
Anybody else?
I think it depends what the social media account is. Like, let's say your spouse is high profile and you've got thousands and thousands of followers, and I don't know, maybe they have a social media manager. For me, I'm a little bit more open. A like is just a like at the end of the day. If the intention is not they're lusting after them, or they want to DM and message them or anything like that. If I see like a bunch of like little heart emojis or like the little emoji face with a little heart, it's like the crush emoji. Okay, that's something else. But like,
yes,
like,
so I think crush emojis are a micro cheat.
Yeah,
the crush emojis are a micro cheat. Yeah,
I do that for women too. Like,
yeah,
I if it's hot, it's hot. Right?
Yeah. That's interesting.
Stella, what about you? Thanks for sharing, Dominique.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm like in a different sort of community, but I mean, I'm always with people who are performers or whatever, sending them like heart eyes and hearts and you're such a babe. You look so great. Like, look at you. You look hot. Like, that's, and if I was with a partner, I would expect them to understand that that's because I'm supporting my people, my friends. And I don't know, like liking a bunch of things from a creator that you find hot is like, doesn't mean you're cheating on your partner. It means you find somebody on the internet hot. Just because you're dating somebody doesn't mean you're dead. Like, you're still a person who admires other people. Like, I think, again, it's about the rules you establish with your partner. Like, I might be somebody who I really like. Doesn't mean I don't find anybody else in the world hot. Doesn't mean so I think it's about like establishing, hey, like I live in the world and I live on the internet, and there's other people in the world that I really like watching and I really like, absorbing their content, and I'm going to tell them that. But like at the end of the day, I'm going to come home to you, and I think that's a thing that like people need to understand and be down with, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, so to wrap up on micro cheating, really, the importance of this is to discuss with your partner any behavior or anything that you think should be on the table. Hey, I ran into this situation because, sometimes what you're comfortable with isn't necessarily what they're comfortable with. And oftentimes where you run into conflict is, let's say you're at a bar, you're with a bartender, you're flirting with the bartender, but that's it, right?
Right.
So, and they're thinking, oh my God, you're flirting with the bartender? It's like,
get you your free vodka soda. Come on.
Like, I'm getting you a drink, babe. Like, come on. I have no intention to date the bartender. It's just flirtation.
Right.
And then if they say, I'm not comfortable with that kind of, if you do that, please don't do that in front of me, because that's just not what I'm comfortable with.
Right.
It's really just important to have a conversation so that you're clear on what your boundaries are. And I think that's the reason why Michelle and I really wanted to give examples of micro cheating, because as you can tell, there are so many mixed feelings and boundaries around it. So.
And at the end of the day, I'm going to reiterate what Stella said. At the end of the day, it's really about what you and your partner determine works and doesn't work in your relationship. Right? That's what it comes down to. So I just want to tell all of you, thank you so much. And a round of applause to all of our beautiful ladies who are transparent, beautiful, amazing, accomplished. And so now we actually have a little fun segment, but we're going to say goodbye to a couple of you ladies, and we're going to keep Karma, are we keeping one or two on?
I think we'll keep a couple on. So so Jeanette, before you go, can you please imagine your special someone is out there in the audience? What would you like them to know about you? This is your chance to just.
What do you want to say to him?
Gosh, I would like him to just show up. Like, I'm done looking. Okay.
Okay.
I'm looking for someone who is just ready to live life. I think that's I know it's kind of hard in COVID times, but normally I'm a go and do person, and there's a lot of fun things to do in the Pacific Northwest. So
awesome. Thank you, Jeanette. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you later on.
Thank you.
Bye. All right. And Dominique, you were our spicy single last week. So what would you like to say and have the opportunity to say to the guy that may be watching thinking, ooh, I'm ready to give her the heart emojis?
Ooh, what I would say is, if you're ready, I'm ready. Because life is fun, but it's even more fun when you share it with someone that you really love.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. On that note, guys, if you're watching, I have the digits, I have the email, and I'm in their DMs. So if you want to meet our lovely ladies, make sure that you let us know, and Michelle and I as matchmakers will make that connection. Thanks, Dominique. We will see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
All right, ladies. We have a special treat. We have Hunt. Where's Hunt? Let's bring him in here.
El Cazador.
Where's my lovely dating?
Oh, where's my screen?
I don't
Where
know.
are you?
Where'd you go?
El Cazador. Hold on.
I don't know what's going on with my screen right now.
You are kidding me.
Oh no.
I am.
Okay, you know what?
devastated.
You go out and come back in because you're
I
gonna
will
flirt
do my
with these women. We need you to flirt with
I will
these
be
women.
right back.
We're gonna talk about you right now.
What's
So
that?
in the meantime, he said he'll be right back. So in the meantime, we have actually a couple of people who are joining us from Ecuador, from England. Hi, Mark.
Oh my goodness.
Hello. He says, so what are we talking about? We're talking about micro cheating, but now we're about to get into the flirting portion. So stay tuned. All right, here he is.
And he's in the queue. I see his lovely face. Hey!
Hi.
Hola. Hola, El Cazador. What does that mean, my friend?
The hunter.
The hunter. Oh, hello.
And his name is Hunt, guys.
His name is Hunt.
My name's Hunt. It's
All
really
right.
not that special.
Can you share with everybody, Hunt, who you are, what you do, what is your specialty?
So my name is Hunt Etheridge, and I have been a dating coach and relationship expert for the last 13 years. Launched a couple of companies, entrepreneur on the board of directors for a couple of online dating companies, a couple hundred articles written, so I'm in the thick of it. So I just thought you guys would get a kick out of one of my spicy facts. This is from the White House. This is a rejection letter that I got when I asked out Chelsea Clinton.
Oh my God, you asked out
her.
What?
I asked out Chelsea Clinton. So I've always had a little bit
How
of.
did she let you down, man? How did she let you down?
It was from Alice J. Pushker, which was the director of correspondence. And thank you for inviting Chelsea Clinton to visit you while in Skinny Atlas. Although she appreciates your many invitations, her plans for the summer preclude her participation in any additional undertakings, et cetera, et cetera.
Nice.
Now, did you do this as a gimmick, or were you serious about asking out Chelsea?
The Clintons, when they were president, came to stay in my town of 6,000 people for a week.
Got it.
So we had them there. I was her age. I sort of knew the people that they were staying with. And as we have all learned in life, shoot your shot. What have you got to lose? You know,
that's great.
Why not? Maybe
That's
she wanted
great.
to get some soft serve or something.
Well, you know, speaking of shots, you're about to get a shot. And these ladies are here on the show because they want to find love and partnership. And Hunt is somebody that I've had the pleasure of knowing for quite a long time. He is an infield coach. Like, he's the guy that we send out as matchmakers to say, Hunt, we're looking for this kind of person. He can literally go into any scenario, plop him on an island, and he's the guy to make connections. So, Hunt, can you let's chat either with the ladies. Either let's try an approach that you can do with the ladies, or share a tip or something that can, especially for women. What's the best way, in your opinion, for a woman to approach a man when they're likely nervous about it? And you as a man, what is the best way for a woman to show interest? I'd love to hear that.
Yes.
Cool. Well, one of the things that I love and I married are strong, powerful women. You know, and I love it when a woman would approach me. However, you want to just make sure that you don't end up driving the whole night, right? You're totally fine to go up, talk to them, initiate it. Because here's one of the things is that men have been rejected minimum hundreds of times in their life, you know, sometimes into the thousands. And sometimes maybe they're not having a fantastic day and they're just not willing to roll the dice, so to speak, and risk getting rejected. And I know, of course, there's a, you know, let them know you're interested and things like that too. But come on, it's just sometimes just easier to walk up and say, hey, you know, basically introduce yourself, start chatting, but then you want to make sure that he's going to also work for you. So what you do is like, I was great talking to you. I'm going to go back and talk with my friends, but I would love it if you came back and talked to me in a bit. So what you're telling him is that he's not going to get rejected. So you're removing the fear of rejection and making sure that he has to do some work still to get to talk to you. So what you basically just done is open the door and let him know that he has the opportunity to come and talk to you. So it allows you to take kind of control of the situation while at the same time making sure that he's worth it, that he's going to work for you.
Okay, so how many do you ladies want to try this on? Are you ready to roll? Are you ready to role play?
Oh,
Always.
Someone there. Hey, Nick.
He's in this. He's like doing some side stuff, but yeah. All right. So who wants to go first? Are you ready, Tiffany?
Sure. I'm ready. I'm ready.
So Hunt gave some tips. You see this? He's forget that he's married with a newborn baby and another child.
And he usually has a lot of hair.
Yeah, he actually shaved his hair. Like, what's the story there, Hunt? Give it under 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
When my first kid was born, I had 3 months of leave, and it was at the end of June. So I figured no media stuff, was going to a cabin in the lake. Time to shave the head, be fun. Haven't done it since college. Let it grow in before I come back in. Was joking about it to my wife for the second child. She was like, ha, ha, ha. No, that's not going to happen. I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't do it anyways. Come COVID, obviously, like my hair's getting unmanageable. I'm like, well, there is a nice bookend to the birth of both of my daughters, so why not?
There you go. And then, of course, we ask him, hey, can you be in our show tonight? He's like, I have no hair. I said,
I mean, he has long black. He's got the McDreamy here, girls. McDreamy.
I have okay hair. It's nice.
All right. So let's set up the scenario. Tiffany, we want you to approach Hunt in any fashion that you'd like. Hunt, where's your drink? Do you have a beverage?
Ooh,
there he goes. All right, Tiffany, take it away.
Hey, so I'm Tiffany. What's your name?
Oh, hey Tiffany. I'm Hunt. Nice to meet you. What are you doing here tonight?
I'm watching the football game. What's the score? Haven't seen it in a while.
Score? Seriously, I don't even know. I think it's the South Korean Generals versus the North Korean Patriots. I think it's like 7,300 to 6. Not really sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I like football. I usually come here to try to watch the game, but I'm new around here. Where's some other good places to go?
Man, I love football too. Like I went to the University of Miami, and we love our football down there. And it's so hard to find like a good Miami bar. Like I've been to great Virginia bars, great Nebraska bars, but like outside of Miami, it's so hard to find a good Cane's bar. So I get it.
Louisiana, you haven't been going to the right places.
Seriously, man. Just give me my like penny beer, college football, Saturday afternoon, and I'm a happy man.
I mean, we're the national champions right now. Go Tigers. You just need to go to Louisiana. We know how to have a good time. We like football.
That's right.
I'll bet. So are you hanging out with your girls here tonight, or?
No, they kind of stood me up. So I'm like, you know what? Well, I've had a hard week. I'm going to have a good time. So I'm here by myself.
That takes balls, and I appreciate anyone that has balls. So
I kind of do.
Let's do a shot.
Hey, let's do it.
All right.
Very nice.
Hunt, you're the man on the receiving end of her, conversation. What do you think?
Well, one, being from the North, I'm a sucker for an accent. So that's always going to draw me in. Obviously, any girl that can talk football, like, it just catches your attention a little bit more, too. And, like, sense a little bit of shit talking in there. So I like to have, a little bit of chutzpah and ball busting. So it's fun. It made me want to continue the interaction, basically, which is all you want to do,
I have to commend you because you found, and one of the skills in developing rapport is finding that common theme. Right. And it's great that you went to football and he happened to have that, relatability. It would have been cool to see where you would have shifted if football wasn't the common theme. Yeah. So maybe you would have went to the drink. What was missing, however, was a compliment on both sides.
Yeah.
So, Hunt, you missed to compliment her gorgeous hat. Now, I don't know.
I did. I actually noticed that. Like, I like the hat and the hat behind it. Like, I like the double play of like art imitating life, imitating art.
Right.
But, I only had so much time to talk.
the complimentary part, but that was awesome. That's an A+. That was great.
Thank you.
Great job.
And by the way, I do go places by myself because my friends have stood me up, and I still go. So that is a statement that I have really said before.
I learned this too. I used to go back in the day. I used to just take a book and go to a bar because I just like the energy to be around it.
Yeah.
Just read my book, and everybody would want to talk to me. And I was like, "This is
the virtual handkerchief." I had a hard week, like
a virtual handkerchief.
Virtual handkerchief. It's like the dropping of the. She's had a hard day. She's having a drink. I'm here all by my lonesome.
I know.
Men do love to be the white knight, for better or for worse. So.
There you go. All right, we got to save time for Stella. We're going to go over just because we want to, and you've been fun. And by the way, we'll say goodbye now to Tiffany.
Tiffany, wait before she goes. If your Prince Charming is watching, what do you want him to know? 30 seconds. What do you want to say to him?
I would just like him to know that, honesty is important to me. Those conversations that you brought up, I think being honest with somebody and really just, that's a healthy relationship. I want a healthy relationship. I don't want to be in a toxic relationship. So I want that for sure. And also I look like all girly, but I do watch football. I play poker. So I just want him to know that, I can get on his level too, that I just want somebody to do life with. That's it.
You just put up the cool factor like 10 times.
Yeah. So I love to play poker. I love to play poker.
All right. You and me, virtual poker. We're doing it.
Yeah.
We're doing it. Tiffany.
I want in.
Classes.
Bye. Thanks for joining us. Bye, hun. Our beautiful Stella.
All right.
Woo-hoo. It's your turn to pick up El Cazador.
Okay. Stella, take it away.
Oh, boy.
Where's your drink,
Are you
hun?
just like drinking at the bar?
Yeah, you're at the bar.
Oh, hey, it looks like you finished that one, huh?
Yeah, a little bit of an alcohol emergency. What can you do?
I get it. How'd it go? Did you pour okay?
It was decent. It was decent. It was a little frothy, but what are you gonna do? Sometimes it's more about the ambiance than the drinks.
No doubt, no doubt. I love this place. I try and check it out every couple of weeks. I know the bartender. That's Julie over there.
Nice. And
so,
what's your drink then? Because I know Julie. What is Julie going to tell me your drink is? Because I know all the bartenders know who all their locals' drinks are. So what is not what you're going to tell me? What is she going to tell me that your drink is?
Oh, she knows. I'll just take a glass of their house red. I'm a simple lady.
Nice. That's why I like my draft beer as well too. Just it's nice, does the job. Don't have to be all hoity-toity about it. Works for me.
No doubt, no doubt. So, do you know the band coming up?
I don't. I've actually never heard of grunge rock indie metal before, so really interested to see what their sound is going to be like.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. I know the guitar player, so I should head up front. I told them I'd be front row, but maybe when they're done, we can share a glass or whatever.
That would be very cool. Maybe during the concert, I know where you're going to be, and I'll head up to the mosh pit.
Cool, man. I'm Stella, by the way.
Oh, cool. Awesome. I always love a woman that I can drink. My name's Hunt.
Nice to meet you. All right. Well, I'll see you maybe at intermission, yeah?
Sounds good. You got it.
Okay, cool. I'll catch you up there.
Bye-bye.
Oh, yay. I love a woman that I can drink. Okay.
That's a nice line.
That was good.
That was good. What was missing again?
Ella, you're awesome.
Compliment. Both of you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
I got nervous.
One thing you don't.
And may I?
Yes.
One of the things I find is interesting is a lot of women compliment men the same way they compliment women, which is not necessarily the way that men want to be complimented. When women compliment other women, you look beautiful, you look amazing, things that are a lot of image relating. And it's great. Guy likes his shirt, but it doesn't hold as much value to him. Men hold their abilities, their capabilities, how much respect they command amongst their friends, not like a douchey thing or things like that. So it's like, wow, you found out about this? Like, way to get in the front of the line. It's nice to see someone with some power.
And Stella, I loved your improv of the band. I loved the whole bar scenario. I really felt like I was right there with you. I would have taken it further and say, you know, I'm moving to the front. Care to join me? That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah,
and hun, the red girl, simple like Julie. Where's the drink, man?
Yeah.
Come on. It's a house wine. It can't be more than $8. Like, what if you're not buying her a drink?
Yeah, I was waiting. I was waiting for
I was
waiting for you to go. All right.
I was planning on meeting her up there with the drink.
Got it. Okay,
down, so I knew at least what she drank, so I could bring that with me.
Yeah, I would have.
I really did drop that for that case.
Yes. Here's the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know, and I do.
Same bottle of red, please, of the house to the white. I'll be joining her. Me and my entourage.
I know.
Mosh pit. Save the room for the mosh pit. Anyway,
right.
That was amazing, Stella. Before you go, what do you want to say to your special someone that might be watching?
Yeah, I think my biggest problem is the getting past the first the initial look of somebody, because usually when I'm at a bar out, or my first go-to is I love dressing up. I love wearing lipstick and wearing a fancy dress and doing my makeup and wearing sequins. And I think a lot of people find it hard to get past that and know that mostly I just want to hang out with somebody and play D&D and drink red wine and you know, and it's really hard to just be I love beauty and art, and I think the way I dress and the way I look is a part of my expression, but really I just want to chill and I don't care what your gender is, I don't care what your career is, I just care that you're a cool ass person and you want to hang out and have fun times. So yeah, hey, I'm single, and say hey.
Say hey.
Sort of my vibe.
Guys,
hey. All right.
Dated by her beautiful burlesque self.
If you're ready to say hey, and I'll be reaching out to you for the can, Stella.
Yes.
Thank you.
Your comments, Stella.
Thank you so much. This is fun.
Bye.
Bye, hon.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
All right, hon. Well, Cazador, where does everybody reach you? Because you didn't use your real name, and we're going to add your link, but please share your specialty. And because you're not on Instagram, I don't know why. Where do they go? What's your website?
I know we've had this discussion.
Yes.
Many times. Maybe quarantine is the perfect time.
Yes.
You can go to my website and company is called Hunt for Advice. HuntForAdvice.com.
Super.
You can find me on Facebook as well too. Google it.
I think you should consider elcazador.com.
I would agree.
I think we lost Hunt, but that was amazing.
Okay, so huntforadvice.com. I put it in the comments. So
thank you
everyone who's joining us. I just want to give a shout out to everyone who's tuning in. And we've gone a little bit over time, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. But before we do, we want to just be able to give you a preview into next week's show. Yeah. So just wanted to let you guys know that so far we've had about 25 singles in the show, and our final show, season 1, we'll be back. Our final show is going to be June 4th, right? And it's going to be the influencer edition. So make sure that you tune in, tag a single friend, share, comment. We want to stay here and help you find love either during quarantine or post-quarantine. So also, something else that we've been getting a lot of questions and DMs about, Carm, is opportunity for us to match people together.
Absolutely.
And work with us.
You know, we've been getting a lot of DMs. We've had successful matches post-show. We've even had contestants date each other, start the conversation. So if you are interested in potentially working with Michelle and I, we are full-time matchmakers and coaches. We've come up with something special. I'm not going to call it a COVID special. We have a spicy coaching offer and a spicy matchmaking offer that you get 2 matchmakers for 1, 2 coaches for 1. So if you're interested, complete our profile, reach out to us, and we will send you information on how you can have the opportunity to work with both of us.
And that's 30 plus years of experience from Carmen and I combined. So trust me,
fine.
Well,
Thank
you are in very good hands.
Totally. So until that point, next week is the All Bachelors edition. So ladies, you're gonna want to tune in. And fellas, if you want to have an opportunity to get featured, there is still a spot for a lucky single guy to join us on next week's episode. And until then, cheers.
Cheers, and we'll see you next week. And thank you for watching. Hugs
Bye.
and kisses. Ciao.